It's online Biz Real Talk today, and I got some of my business partners here all the way from Kamloops, BC. Misty and Shane, we're going to introduce yourselves for us soon. I just want to really quickly say our subject. We also have my business partner, Jacob, who is so incredibly helpful in our whole online business community. Our subject today is why start an online business now, and what makes this online business different from other so-called online opportunities. So that's what we're going to be going over today. We're going to try to get all three of us here if we can. First, I guess, why don't you guys, since you are with me and I'm talking already, why don't you introduce yourself for us? Tell us a little bit about yourself, a bit about your background, kind of work, children, and then we'll go to Jacob, and I'll bug Jacob too.
All right, I am Misty, and this is my husband, Shane. We are both welders. We live in Kamloops. We have 4 children. I have 3 stepchildren, and we have 1 together. And we live in Kamloops, BC, and we just figured no better time to start an online business because we just been working so hard, always shift work, just all our days and all our time has gone to work. So we just thought it's time to try something different. So that is why we chose what we've done.
You're doing incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
As we've been hanging out, just chilling, she showed me all her leads and stuff. I'm like, wow, you're doing absolutely incredible. Jacob, why don't you introduce yourself for us? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Georgia. Hi, everybody. Misty, and I forgot your name, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. My name is Jacob. I live in Vancouver, so that's few hours drive from Georgia. And I've been living in Canada for almost 20 years. I am originally from China, immigrant. So right now I've been working full time online for a couple of years now. So that's my identity now. I used to be a cook and a server in hotel and restaurant. I thought that
Jacob, you're breaking up a little. Do you want to, if you can hear me, do you want to try coming in with your phone, or maybe use your data? Yeah, I know he was breaking up earlier. I wonder if it's us that's breaking up, or if it's him. Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Yeah. So we are live for sure because it's really drop off the internet. So back to what I was saying, that I was a cook and a server in hotel and restaurant for a long time. I thought I was doing fine, just working hard. I would get somewhere one day, but my mom got breast cancer all of a sudden in 2017. I had 3 jobs. I couldn't go home to even see her. That's when I realized that, you know what, having jobs that start demanding, it doesn't really benefit you at all, especially when you're an immigrant, that you have parents, you have family in another country. So that's why I started looking, and somehow this business just came to me. I heard it from a friend, and I was open minded to it, and that's how I started.
Awesome. Thank you, Jacob. So I guess I didn't introduce myself. I guess I could tell my story a little. And I'm sorry to hear that, Jacob. You know what? I was just telling Misty and Shane that my mom and dad passed away, and they passed away from cancer. And it was like I worked a lot. So a little bit about me before I get into that. I am a mom of 5. I'm here in beautiful Kelowna, West Kelowna. So that's our view we're having right now. We're chilling here in this beautiful home with these beautiful people. Wish you were here, Jacob. Oh my goodness, we would have a blast. The dance party would be great.
I will be there one day.
Exactly. You have to visit me next. I visited there a couple times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have 5 children, and before I had a brick and mortar business. So to those who don't really know the terms of a brick and mortar business, it means a business where you actually have an office space and you're paying overhead and all of that, all the above. So I was super busy, and I remember when my mother and father got sick, and first it was my father, first it was my mother, and then it was my father, and I had to have babysitters constantly there, and I couldn't really be there for my family as much as I wanted to be. And it's like a big awakening when you're going through something. And I winded up leaving my huge business in Toronto, Ontario, where I'm originally from. I left it and I came here to BC on just a wing. And I changed some things about my business because I turned Christian. I wanted it to be more morally aligned. And then my business failed. After having my business for 7 years, it failed. So I got racked up in debt. I couldn't get a mortgage. And long and behold, I seen a friend of mine talking about this business. And I was like, okay, I know them. They work at the dealership here. They're a good person. Let me see what this is. And then the rest is history. I grew this empire to a 7-figure income. I paid off 30,000 worth of debt, bought a new vehicle for my family to go on road trips. And yeah, that was about 3.5 years ago. So I started, and yeah, we moved into this beautiful home. And a lot of things have changed. I actually came together with my fiance, and he knows Misty and her sister Melissa. So that's how they seen us talking about the business, and they was like, "What are you guys doing?" And they started. So yeah. So what do you guys think so far about the business? How have you guys been feeling the training, the support?
Oh, it's good. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah, there's lots of support. I love how everything is fully laid out for you. Like the training was easy, step by step. It was great, and Georgia's great. She's a great coach. Very always just ask her any question and she answers.
Or we get on a Zoom real quick.
Yeah, or a Zoom quick,
Yeah.
and like any of your questions are answered. And yeah, it's great. You just post some ads and away you go.
You're doing really good.
Yeah.
So like, how long do you usually spend a day working on the business? Because I see you're excelling really quick. Like, how much time do you put into it a day?
To be honest, maybe a couple hours. Just figuring out how I want to advertise, where I want to advertise.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not working as much lately.
Nope, right now I am off of work right now.
Okay,
So
awesome. So, and you're still working, Shane?
Yes.
So while Shane's still working, this girl's building her empire online, and for both of them.
Yeah.
For both of them. So, yeah, I'm pretty proud of you guys. You're doing awesome.
thank you.
And so, how about you, Jacob? Let's ask you a little bit of questions. So, tell us how your routine is like, and how do you fit this in your schedule, and what kind of successes and I guess.
So at the beginning, because I didn't start this full time, I was working on my day job. But my day job start at 7 in the morning, and then I work till like 2 in the afternoon. So it's like a barista. I have the whole afternoon free. So that's usually when I take maybe a couple hours, but I don't have to like sit there. I can just like, do it in parts. Sometimes you have something come up, you can just leave it and come back to it later. So the really important thing is the consistency that you keep putting in so that you don't stop, you don't drop off from your business. So that's how I started it. But then in 2020, I quit that hotel job, and now I have a lot of free time. I slowly become a content creator, not just a business owner anymore. I'm not just only advertising anymore. I enjoy creating content. I enjoy learning how to do TikTok. So I don't consider those as work. It's like a lot of distraction, a lot of time killing. But I say 2 hours a day for the business. Have a lot of freedom and flexibility. It's not a set 2 hours sitting on a desk. You can be on the beach, you can out at a park, you can be anywhere, as long as you are being consistent, and that's all that matters. Yeah.
I love that, Jacob. Like, and it's funny because if we, like, to us business owners that are spoiled or used to having just this online business and not working, like we're like, oh, well, you don't have to sit at the desk for 2 hours because we don't want to do that. But imagine going back to the 9 to 5 where you are stuck at that desk for 8 to 12 hours, or you're stuck at that job for 8 to 12 hours. And we won't, like, I know for a fact, I will not sit at my computer for 2 hours straight. It's just too much on my eyes. I can't sit. I'm antsy. I'm full of energy. I need to go out for a walk, a hike. I need to, clean up. Like, I can't. And the distraction thing. Oh, don't get distracted on social media. Right? We have fun on social media, don't we, Jake?
Yeah. What depends, right? But once you have your work done, if it's your passion to do those things, you can take some more time. At the same time, it's give you idea what to do too. So I like it.
Me too. Because you also have this creative side where you can, literally brand yourself, and also your certain social media, or you're looking at certain content on social media, it literally inspires you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about content right now. Now people like to watch content, so it's not just about like advertising. Really, it's about like sharing what your interest is, sharing what your hobby is. I like it.
I love that too. Awesome. So I'll get back to maybe Shane. I'm gonna bug Shane now because I haven't bugged him all day during this live, I should say. So Shane, how do you feel that this is different than other online so-called opportunities? Like, have you ever came across anything? Or I know Misty was saying she didn't, but how would you say we're different? Like, what do you see about us than from what you hear about other things? Or
I don't know much about any other online businesses.
Mm-hmm.
There's no work.
I, you know what? To be honest with you, asking you and asking Misty, because I wasn't sure, because I didn't ask you. I was the same way, Jacob. Before I started this business, I didn't know of any other online opportunities. And when I started this online business, do you know, all my family and friends was like, it's a scam. It's an MLM. It's a pyramid scheme. Are you sure? How much money did you put in? And I'm like, no, it's not. And I actually had to Google what pyramid schemes or MLMs are, because I was not open to it. Because I guess, you know how you guys are in the welding field? Well, I was at offline business owner, so I wasn't really into the online stuff. So maybe Jacob, do you have more of an idea of how this is different from others?
No, mine was little. I can tell you about my story. So after I created this system that we all are using, I had a brief interaction with him in a club 10 years ago. But when I was open up to opportunity business, I didn't know those were ads that's going past through your newsfeed on Facebook. I didn't know. I was never open to click any of them. But just because and the guy that I just mentioned, that I had a brief interaction 10 years ago, that happened to be the founder of our system. Like, he was like the only entrepreneur that I heard of that's local. So once I heard that, oh, he created a system that teaches everybody how to do online business, I was like, let me put the ad on news feed and register. So that's like the first ever thing that I clicked that is advertising on Facebook. That was like the first ad I ever clicked and register. Because I had outside, I know that this from the not online, I know it from like locally, right? So I didn't know anything, but I'm lucky that everything's laid out. So you just need to watch the training, just follow it. If you don't get it right away, like watch twice, like watch 3 times. So after a while, you will get it. Yeah.
Yep. Amen. Yeah, 100%. I'm grateful too, because everything's laid out. When I first came into this business about 3.5 years ago, our training was not as detailed. Like, it was awesome, but it was not as detailed. Like, you guys got all the errors that we made as online business owners made with our products, and we realized, well, that's not quite working. Let's, twist it a little, and let's do this. Let's help, tweak it a little, I should say, and benefit this. And then we bring this expertise training, and then we learn this from Facebook and this from YouTube, and boom, you got the most amazing, incredible test it and trial training possibly ever that could be given, because I haven't seen any support.
Yeah. So that's what I noticed about our training. It's actually created by the people that have been doing the same thing. So everything is being tested. I have business partner that have done other business before or have gone through other type of training. The thing is that the other type of training, it's a little bit more broad and general. So it's never really so specific and so narrow to exactly what you're trying to do. So there's always something that
100%.
don't work. So with what we have is everything is already tested on exactly what needs to be done. So it's just amazing.
100%. I love that. And I did do like little makeup companies in the past, and the training was very difficult. It was very unorganized. I always mention this because nothing was organized. It was a whole bunch of speeches and to like, wow you up and get you excited, but there was no proper training. And then whenever I did need to do something, I needed to sit on the phone for an hour straight. And I was like, I'm getting nowhere. And not only that, it was like $10 a sale or $15 a sale. I'm like, I don't want to do parties. I don't want to network either. I don't want to do any of that. When I seen this business, I was like, I put that aside and I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore because it's not getting me anywhere. Mind you, I still use the makeup. It's amazing. But I thought about, I need to make money for my kids. I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my bills. I need a new car. I want that. I wanted to get that house, all these things. It's like, I can't do it with this. And I watched the highest leaders of this place. And I was like, they're still getting supported by their husband. they're that perfect, beautiful girl at home, that housewife that's all nice and made up, and she does these little meetings once in a while. And I'm thinking, I'm not that. I'm used to being, because of my business that I had in Toronto, I'm used to living a certain way, right? And I'm used to holding my own and not depending on anybody to take care of me. And I was like, if she's been in this for like 5 to 10 years, and she's where she's at, and I know she's not making enough money, I'm like, I'm not going to do this. So I'm like, I need to find something better. But when I seen this, when I seen the successes, when I seen, people making like 20K in one day, and all these things, I was like, if they can do it, so can I. I'm a mother of 5 with only a 7th grade education, and that's what messed me up a little bit in the beginning. The biggest thing that messed me up, Jacob, in the beginning, and then I started to go high and go quick, was I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I could do this because of my education or because of my nationality, and then I started to realize, no, I'm all powerful. I started to do the law of attraction. I started to believe in myself. How about you? How did you feel when you first started? I know you and your sister was like,
I was super nervous because I don't do well with computers at all. I try to get like my husband or my stepchildren, help me figure this out on the computer. And the training was just so easy and it just plucked me along where I was like, man, I'm like, I can do this, no problem. And then the more you do it, it just starts to become natural. So, but that was my biggest thing, was online, computers, technology. How is this even going to work for me?
You do absolutely incredible. Because I like when she told me that, I'm surprised where she's at right now, because I didn't think that she had this much knowledge and everything. But to be honest with you, all you need to know how to do is work a computer. Like if you can open up that computer, and you can literally open up the browser on Google Chrome, you got it. Because once you open up that browser and you got our link to our training, then you open up another browser and you watch that training and you go to another browser and you do what it says to do in that other browser.
Yeah, everything is just step by step. Just follow it through and
And one of the things I really love doing for my business partners, which I was just checking her stats, is the ads. So I like to have one-on-one with my business partners, and that's my expertise. You know that too, Jacob. I like to help people with ads. So me as a coach, I'd like to be one-on-one with my business partners. So if anybody's watching today and they want to get started, I would be helping you along. Even though we give you your training and everything, I help you along when it comes to ads, because that's the most important thing. Your whole training that we give you is to prepare you to create an ad. That's the whole thing. So someone can see your ad and buy a product in our business, right? So Did you want to say anything, Jacob?
Well, we all kind of started at the same similar point. I was like really nervous. Um, the first little while was really hard because you are grinding in between your normal schedule and then you added this new schedule into your life. So that's like the first challenge. You need to get into the habit of running your business. Um, but I was like, I was following the training frame by frame because I was like really nervous that I would make mistakes. But that was like 4 years ago, and like that was like the first platform that I learned. Um, I had to make videos at a very early stage because my coach wanted me to. But that was like the best thing I did for myself actually because like you push yourself out of the comfort zone earlier, then it's just better. But then that's like the first platform. Now I have learned a few other platforms now. So you see, it just like it takes progress. It takes steps. At the beginning, it's harder. Like later, it gets easier. Even though you might learning 10 times more than the same amount of time you spend at the beginning, you're better. You're more experienced. It's like working out. The first day, it's like horrible. A year later, you can lift like what 50 pounds,
Yeah,
but you feel it's easier, right? Yeah.
100%. I see you've been working out lately, Jacob. You're getting back to it, and you're like that. Me too. That's what I gotta get those muscles back.
Yeah.
We have a little comment from YouTube. Sparing, they're saying money doesn't bring happiness. Happiness starts with embrace poverty at its quiet, at as it's quite purifying. As a monk, I would say. And trust me, you're still looking for life. You're still looking for that void. Be life.
That's very
Um,
profound.
yeah, the man is the style. A man with no style isn't a real man. Sounds harsh, but it's true. Oh, well, there you go. We got Jacob right now. He's full of style. Well, I want to
Well,
comment. Sorry, did you
well,
want to comment? Or you want me to? You
well,
comment first.
I can say that yeah, money cannot buy you happiness, but money can definitely buy you a lot of things that depends on how you use it, right? It's if you hoard it, I don't think it's gonna do anything. But if you are use it in a way that fulfills you, not just keeping it for yourself, help your friends, help your family. Like like I want to buy a house for my parents so they can come to Canada as much as possible, but they're getting older. It's not that like reasonable anymore because it makes more sense that I go home more often so that they don't have to travel as much. So you see the way that you use your money will bring you happiness. But if you don't have any, it's gonna be hard to have something to work on. You need money to live in this world.
100%.
And it's nice to have the freedom.
Yeah. Do you want to have anything to say about that, Shane? What do you think when about the comment money doesn't bring happiness, and what would you say about everything?
Ultimately, you're looking for satisfaction.
Yeah, you need money, and it's probably better not to go work for 12 hours a day for somebody else
Yeah,
When you have a chance to.
if you choose to do that.
yeah.
It's all what you choose. It's all what you choose that makes you
Well, what
happy.
what you're honestly, like literally, Tito right now is helping his brother with his door company. Tito can't sit in one spot. You've seen Tito. He's full of energy. He can't sit in one spot. He needs to do things. He needs to go out. He was a construction worker. So even if he doesn't want to work anymore, he wants to go play the saxophone. He wants to do this. He's always trying to invent something. So he's a true entrepreneur and he's also a busybody. I understand that. But what I say about, I can't pronounce the right, sparing gongoose. Okay, I love what you said because people are trying to find for that true peace and happiness. But I'm gonna just say it right now, me as a mom of 5, it bothered me that I couldn't buy my kids Nike sneakers. It bothered me I couldn't take them out to eat anymore. It bothered me I couldn't take them to Jump 360. It bothered me that I had to, count my little dollars when it came to their birthday. Do you know that crushed my heart? Because these kids, it's not like I want my kids to be spoiled brats or whatever, but it's the fact is we grew up in Canada. We're growing up in a certain place right now, and these kids are used to a certain lifestyle. And then when the money's gone, or when they can't do certain things, and when they see the other kids, it breaks my heart. So my goal is to provide a wonderful life for these children. And to be honest with you, when I was broken, when I was in debt, I was stressed. I was not happy. I wasn't happy at all.
Wondering how you're going to
Exactly.
pay bills and
I can't buy the food I want. I'm vegan and I'm a health freak. And you know the foods that you buy a salad, it's $10 at a restaurant. You buy a hamburger, it's $2. You know, if you can't live the life you live, you're not happy. Okay. But the thing is inner peace and inner satisfaction and love. That's something I feel different. That's I watch podcasts. I talk about the law of attraction. I pray to God. I'm Christian. But when it comes to reality, we need money to live. We need money to drive, to get our car, to pay for our houses, to, just like Jacob said, bring our family every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a part of the happiness for me comes from giving. So if I don't have money, I won't be able to give, like in any form. I can give my time, but sometimes time, it doesn't really offer what people need. So yeah, like I want to give money like for dog shelter. That's like if you don't have money, you can help homeless dog. That's one thing that's like for real. Yeah.
100%.
We all need to make money, and it's just where you want to spend your time making money. So
Yeah.
spend your time working 40 hours a week, 80 hours a week, whatever you want. You don't have
or
time to
start an
enjoy it.
online business.
Yeah. I remember when we had our coaching call, with you guys, and the first, you know, total impact of you guys together as relationships is like, these people are hard workers. I could see it right away. They're hard workers and they spend a lot of time at work. And I think that, you know, especially you guys are not newlyweds, but you guys kind of been together. It's like it's pretty, you know, what, 10 years? So still, that I feel is still a new relationship. You want time together, right? I mean, I even asked, I said, do you work together? No, you don't work together, right? You work at, you have work
Yeah,
together.
we have worked together.
But not now, right?
Not now, no.
Because I remember talking, I'm like, you know, and then if you're not working together and you're a wife and husband and you got children, because they got children, and then you're like tag teaming at home. Okay, I'll see you later. You know, you go to work, I'm home, or nobody's home, and the kid isn't cared for by others. That's what we're kind of saying, you know, but not to just, it's all about money. Believe me, since I started this business, I have gained so many friends. Jacob is one of them. And obviously Misty and Shane now, like I absolutely love them. I can't stop talking to my fiance Tito about Misty because it's his business partner and he knows Melissa, her sister. So I always tell them like they're fun and I can't wait to meet them. And now they're here, they're visiting. So there's so many people in our online business community that are millionaires and they're so humble. And if you surround yourself with, you know, 5 great people who are, you know more than you or who are wealthier than you. I always think that way, but it's not like, oh, I can't surround other people. I'm just saying I like to bring in that brilliant mind and those tips and see what are these people doing. And that's what I literally got into because I was like, wow, like look at what I'm into. Look at what these people are doing, and they're so humble. Like there's people who was literally homeless. There's people who had broken down cars. There's people who had no money, and now they're millionaires. And that's what I was just thinking as I'm watching everything and looking at this place and talking with you guys about my situation. And I'm telling you, it was hard for me to buy a pair of Nikes for my kids, and it was hard for me to do this. And I had a broken down car, and where I am right now, to be living the lifestyle I'm living right now, and just like Jacob said, to be donating to my foundation and I'm like literally getting contacts right now, talking with a person who wants to start the business, and he's a missionary. Shout out to him, Jonathan. So he's a missionary from Africa. He came here and he did his mission. But he was like, "What are you doing?" And I sent him all my information. And he told I'm like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm growing crops not far from there in Africa, in this country." He's like, "What do you want to grow here? You want to expand here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And to be able to even like with such little money for us, to expand and grow crops in Africa or in a country that the currency is so lower than us, it changes people's lives. Like I'm feeding hundreds of people right now in different countries and changing their life for little money that I'm giving, that extra money that I can give. Mind you, I still have expenses. I still, have my children. We have our home. And, I make sure I don't give everything, but that's my goal, to keep making more and to do. That is my dream. And that's my goal, is to be having my foundation nationwide, helping people grow crops, grow communities, houses. Yeah. Did you want to say something, Misty? Nope. No. So we still have some more comments here. Let's see. Lucky fiance, thank you. I'll show you all these comments. God bless you. I strongly agree. We need money. Repeated poverty can make us. Definitely, girl. Definitely. Yeah, helping is very rewarding. It's not that I help people to feel rewarded, but I know there's just something in me that I can't. There's a song in our church, and it says like, I can't see someone else go hungry if I have bread and a roof. I'm thankful for this. And I forget the song, but it's a hymn. And that's the way I feel. And Theo's like that a lot too. You're welcome. You're welcome. Did you want to add anything else on why, Jacob, it's the right time? Why is it the right time now to start a business? Why start an online business now? What would you give everybody before we let everyone go?
Well, any moment you say right now is always a good time to start a business. You see, like everywhere the inflation is going crazy, and how are you gonna fight inflation? Somehow generate more income somewhere to, I don't know, to supplement your income. I think that's the reason I started the business, and that hasn't changed since, like, I don't know, 2018 to now. Like even the world keep changing, but people need money, and the technology keep making it easier, more simple for people to be able to generate money online. So why not now? I mean, it's always to start earlier, but the next best time is always now.
100%, 100%. And that's what I would say. I would comment real quick on that and say, now is the time. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let no spouse, don't let no friend, don't let no coworker, nobody tell you that you can't do this or it's a scam, because believe me, I'm living proof. This is not a scam. We have one multi-billion-dollar and two multi-million-dollar companies that we're affiliated with. And one is very good for you. The health products, and one is traveling, one is communication. We even have fitness program. All is legit companies that are pay you by checks, pay you by, they add it into your wallet. You can add it into, transfer it to your debit or your bank account, or they can get a Visa from them, and you can just use that money from your Visa, PayPal. Like, this is absolutely amazing. There's money at all angles in this business. And there's even one company where you don't even have to declare your income if you don't want to. So, but I'm super grateful, and I'm super grateful for all of you coming today, and for my business partners visiting. So if anybody wants more information and you guys want to get started, you can reach out to us. We will send you our workshop. Our free workshop is what we call it in order to get started with this business. It shows us how our tech team builds us our websites and connects it to a sales funnel that runs 24/7. So that literally means that your sales are cut in the back end. As your coach, and even Jacob and all our business partners here are trained specifically to help you get started. So we're here because we're trained to help you get started. And we have the knowledge, and we have the tools, we have everything to get you started. We are the companies that we're affiliated. They do the shipping. The ones that have the actual physical products, they do the shipping. They do the stocking. You don't have to do anything. This is affiliate marketing. This is not an e-commerce. This is an Amazon. This is not an MLM or a pyramid scheme. There's actual products, and you don't depend on your downline. Like, you make your sales by advertising. There's free, there's paid ads. It's really easy. You can make up to 1 week worth of salary, all the way up to 2.5 months worth of salary in just one sale. And we're going to show you exactly how to do that if you go to our website. Mine is georgiawilliams.ca. And your website?
Is mistymacaw.com.
And yours, Jacob? What is your website?
It's jamieandjacobonline.com.
Awesome, awesome. So, or if you guys reach out to us personally, we can send you our links. Or if you see this live on any of my business partners' pages, it means that they can get you started too. They're affiliated with us, and I'd be your coach, or one of us would be your mentor, helping you every step of the way. So, God bless. Did anybody want to add anything before we go?
Thank you for having me today, Georgia.
See you guys not Thursday, Saturday's our next live. See you Saturday for Online Biz Real Talk. Thank you all for the viewers and your comments. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.